Imagine a headline so shocking it breaks the internet overnight. Bonnie Blue claims she slept with 1,057 men in just 12 hours. It sounds impossible, outrageous, and borderline unbelievable, and yet, that's exactly what made global headlines. The story instantly divided audiences. Some were fascinated, some outraged, and many just couldn't look away. News outlets from Celebrity Net Worth to The Independent ran stories dissecting the stunt. Social media exploded with reactions, and debates raged about ethics, morality, and the power of social media in shaping fame. This wasn't just a viral moment, it was a cultural phenomenon, and Bonnie Blue, the woman behind the name, became the symbol of a very particular type of internet notoriety. So who is Bonnie Blue, really? Born Tia Billinger in Nottinghamshire, she grew up in a relatively normal environment and initially worked in recruitment before venturing into content creation. Like many in the adult industry, she didn't start at the top. She began with cam work, creating personalized videos for fans, before transitioning to OnlyFans, where she could monetize her content directly. Glamour UK notes that her rise was rapid, fueled not just by her provocative persona, but by her understanding of how to navigate digital fame. Bonnie is media savvy, and she knows the value of blending scandal with visibility. Then came the event that catapulted her to worldwide attention, the so-called Bonkathon. The claim was audacious: 1,057 men in 12 hours. Organizing such an event was no small feat, and reports suggest that logistics were surprisingly meticulous. According to Glamour UK, attendees were reportedly required to provide identification, consent forms, and proof of recent STD testing. The event was held in a large mansion, creating a controlled environment to handle such a bizarre and physically demanding stunt. And physically demanding it was. Exhaustion, bruising, and general fatigue were reported, emphasizing the toll of attempting something so extreme. It wasn't just a performance, it was a test of human endurance, logistics, and audacity. The event didn't exist in a vacuum. It sparked controversies and criticisms that ranged from moral to practical. Many accused Bonnie of predatory behavior, particularly given that some participants were reportedly very young. National World and The Independent reported on public outrage over the ethical implications of the stunt. Adding fuel to the fire, Bonnie herself had previously described her events as the best place to cheat, framing her provocative persona in ways that blurred the lines between entertainment and exploitation. Health risks were also a central concern, though she claimed to have addressed them as thoroughly as possible, including strict STD testing and consent measures. Still, critics argued that no system could make an event of this nature completely safe. The backlash wasn't just moral, it had political and legal dimensions as well. In Australia, a petition circulated calling for her visa to be revoked due to the nature of her events. Meanwhile, industry insiders weren't entirely supportive either. Other creators, such as Sophie Rain, criticized Bonnie for destroying porn or making the adult industry about clout rather than craft. It was clear that Bonnie's rise was polarizing. Fans celebrated her audacity, while critics questioned the broader consequences of her actions. Despite this, Bonnie's public image and media portrayal remained fascinating. She was confident, provocative, and unapologetic, mastering the art of staying in the spotlight. The Channel 4 documentary, 1,000 Men and Me, The Bonnie Blue Story, captured both her provocative public persona and the more mundane aspects of her life, showing that off-camera, she could be surprisingly ordinary. This duality, ordinary in private, outrageous in public, made her story compelling. She became both an enigma and a mirror, reflecting the complexities of modern celebrity culture. Some observers argue that the Bonkathon was less about intimacy and more about marketing. Glamour UK and other outlets speculated that it may have been a content performance or publicity stunt designed to maximize attention and engagement rather than fulfill the literal claim. Even reports of her alleged arrest were questioned, with some suggesting that they were staged to generate additional buzz. From a business perspective, Bonnie's model is clever. Controversy drives clicks, clicks drive subscriptions, and subscriptions drive revenue. It's a digital age strategy that leverages sensationalism as a form of currency. The cultural implications of Bonnie's rise extend beyond her personal brand. Her trajectory reflects how sex work, content creation, and influencer culture have merged in the digital age. Platforms like OnlyFans have blurred the lines between traditional pornography, social media stardom, and personal branding. Bonnie Blue's story exemplifies this intersection. She's not just an adult content creator, she's a provocateur using internet culture to amplify her visibility and income. Bonnie's impact on the industry is equally significant. OnlyFans reportedly banned her after the massive event, though her earnings during this period were astronomical. Celebrity Net Worth estimated her income from the stunt and related content to be very high, illustrating the lucrative potential of extreme digital entrepreneurship. However, this financial success came with reputation risks. While she amassed a devoted fanbase fascinated by her audacity, critics and detractors multiplied, arguing that her methods were harmful or exploitative. What can we learn from Bonnie Blue's story? At a basic level, it's a case study in the power of modern digital fame. In a world where attention is currency, audacity often pays. But her story also forces us to confront ethical and societal questions. How much should we celebrate or condone extreme behavior when it is monetized? What are the limits of consent, legality, and morality in digital content? And how do we balance personal freedom with public accountability in an age where everyone is watching? Bonnie's story is messy, provocative, and uncomfortable precisely because it forces these questions into public view. At the same time, Bonnie's story is a cautionary tale. The controversies, health risks, and legal implications show that digital fame carries responsibilities and consequences. Even for someone as audacious as Bonnie, navigating these waters requires careful planning, awareness, and risk management. While the spectacle may attract fans and generate revenue, the potential fallout, legal action, public backlash, or regulatory intervention is very real. Despite the extremity of her public persona, the Channel 4 documentary provides glimpses of a more ordinary life, revealing that Bonnie Blue is not a one-dimensional provocateur. Off-camera, she has personal interests, relationships, and a sense of normalcy that contrasts sharply with her online antics. This duality makes her story relatable in a strange way. Bonnie Blue's story is one of audacity, controversy, and media mastery, but her journey also demonstrates the risks inherent in such extreme visibility, legal scrutiny, public backlash, and ongoing debates about ethics, morality, and personal responsibility. In many ways, Bonnie is a master of modern digital fame, simultaneously admired, criticized, and endlessly fascinating. So what do you think? Is Bonnie Blue just a genius at using controversy to grow her brand? Or is there a dangerous side to her rise that we can't ignore? Her story forces us to confront the blurry lines between empowerment and exploitation, between media savvy and moral responsibility. One thing is clear: Bonnie Blue has captured the public imagination in ways few content creators ever have, and her influence is unlikely to fade quietly. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a lot more coming, and you won't want to miss a single story.